Well, hello and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Tuesday, October the 4th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Sean, Chris, Tyler are recording an episode tomorrow. Going through some of the things we'll be talking about today, some news around the Vancouver Canucks, which we'll get to a little bit later as well, and anything else that they talk about. So join them live for that. I will not be on that episode as I am at work for that one at the News 1130. So support them, give them a shout out, give them a like, as they do a great job handling the duties. Keeping things, as Tyler says, somewhat on the ditch. We'll start a couple things to go through today. We'll start with Hockey Canada. There were hearings today at the House of Commons. The Standing Committee again met. Andrew Skinner was the interim board chair, was one of the hearings, as well as former board chair Michael Brindabor. Was about 2 hours. Really, the issue that the committee had is, I don't want to try not to editorialize on this and try to give the news in this situation. That's the entire intent of these podcasts. But it's really hard to not feel the frustration of lack of answering questions, lack of refusal, lack of giving information for this committee to make an appropriate recommendation. Basically, Skinner defended CEO Scott Smith, gave him an A for his performance. Anthony Housefeather, one of the Liberal representatives asking questions, was quite appalled, tweeted about that. The basic thing is they continue to believe in the leadership. They continue to believe in Scott Smith, and continue to will not remove them. That is basically, Skinner has been quite insistent that there's going to be elections in November, so we will see changes. That's the way that she's handling that situation. And at this point, that's what she's kind of hanging her hat on. And the frustration from the committee was quite evident throughout the hearing. It's she believes that change in leadership would be a mistake that could cause chaos that impacts even minor hockey. This is a quote. I think this will be very impactful in a negative way to our boys and girls who are playing hockey. Will the lights stay on the rink? I don't know. We can't predict that. And to me, that's not a risk worth taking. That's why I stepped into this role. Some of the other things that were caught by Katie Strang was tweeting about this. Rick Westhead was tweeting about this, and others. And some of the other things here we'll get into Pascal St. Onge in a second, but the big thing, just the real issue here is the refusal for a change. The real issue here is just how, again, they've handled all of this situation from the top down. As an example, this is one tweet. The Conservative MP Rachel Thomas asked Andrea Skinner what top 3 qualities Scott Smith possesses that makes him the best person to lead Hockey Canada. Skinner answers by talking about HC leadership team. Committee Chair Heidi Fry, I don't believe you answered the question. So that is Liberal MP Chris Biddle asked former hockey care. This is also from Rick Westhead. Liberal MP Chris Biddle asked former Hockey Canada chair Michael Brindamore if he has contempt for the hearing, asked why Brindamore will not directly answer yes or no questions. Biddle says, "This is shocking and truly troubling that you would dismiss this." And NDP MP Peter Julian asked Hockey Canada interim board chair Andrew Skinner to report back to the Heritage Committee how much money Hockey Canada is spending to retain the crisis management firm Navigator. And Andrew Skinner was asked why Scott Smith should remain in his position. Skinner, "I don't believe senior management acted inappropriate. We think the people who are in place are the people who are moving ahead our action plan." So just a lot of frustration from what is coming up again from Hockey Canada, and it's this continues as we head into the next step into all of that. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go to the island. Matthew Barzal is got an 8-year contract extension. This will, I think, affect the Canucks. He says he loves it in the Coquitlam product, says he loves it here. He really do. Of course, he's 25 years old, and this contract will kick in next year. He tied Brock Nelson for the Islanders' lead in scoring last season, 15 goals, 44 assists in 73 games. He has led or tied the Islanders in lead in scoring each of the first 5 full seasons. And Lamorello says that he's confident that Barzal will be better during the life of the contract. Seen him develop his game every year. No question he's improved his game without the puck. He knows he has a way to go in that area and committed to that. And our coaching staff continues to work with him in that. So it's a 9 point, over $9 million. And that has been the negotiating track that Canucks forward Elias Pettersson's camp has been using, as Barzal as their barometer. And so it's a 9.15 AAV. So that's where the New York Islanders are at. Matthew Barzal with them for a long period of time there. Let's go to the Vancouver Canucks. They made some roster moves today. Danny DeKeyser's out of his PTO. He was released today. They trimmed their roster down 13 players overall, and that includes sending down Steve Baines. Let's go through this. On waiver, assigned to the Abbotsford Canucks. Just Artur Slilovs, Steve Baines, Wyatt Kelnick, Danila Klimovich, William Blockwood, and Michael DiPietro. Tristan Nielsen released from his PTO. He'll join the Abbotsford Canucks. He had a good camp, Tristan Nielsen. He showed well at the Young Stars Classic, continued that on. So that will be a good add. Waivers, John Stevens, Noah Juleson, Brady Cooper, Guim Brisebois, and Colin Delia. Now, if Delia clears waivers, an interesting situation in Abbotsford. Delia, Seelovs, and DiPietro competing for 2 goaltending spots there as well. So, and I know that DiPietro, some questions about him wanting to maybe move on from the organization. Still wonder if that is an option about that going forward. So that's what's going on with the Vancouver Canucks, coming off a 7-2 loss yesterday to the Edmonton Oilers. They will play in Abbotsford against the Oilers tomorrow. For the Flames, Jerome Poirier was sent down from his PTO. Were sent down to the Calgary Wranglers. By the way, it looks like they're out of Winsport in Calgary. So according to Ryan Pike, it's about a 20-minute drive, depending on traffic. So that's where so Poirier, who I think was a pleasant surprise for a lot of people in camp. I think Jerome Poirier came a long way, and he's going to be sent down. The Flames Did win yesterday 4-1. Got goals from Tanev, who made his preseason debut. Michael Stone, Mackenzie Weegar, and Blake Coleman. They finish off back-to-back tomorrow against the Jets in Winnipeg, and then the Jets come to Calgary there. Markstrom went the whole way. Jacob Markstrom went the whole way for the Flames, so I think he would get one of the two, and then it'll be down to Vladar and Wolf getting the other ones. Kadri played with Mangiapane and Dubase, looked pretty good overall. Sonny Milano didn't get a point. No special team time. Sutter was asked about both Eakin and Milano and says that it's been a little tough for both of them so far. So that's kind of what's going on there for that. No waiver claims from yesterday. See what happens with the new Flame that they acquired, picked up on waivers yesterday. And Raheem Zadora, make sure I said that right, and Radim Zahorna, sorry, wanted to make sure I said that right. They were hoping to have him ready for tomorrow. That's what Craig Conroy said. So that's what's going on. Canucks, Flames, action there. San Jose, so as we get ourselves ready for the regular season, getting a little bit closer here as it starts. Actually, games this weekend up in Europe. That's when that all starts. That's when the regular season starts there, and up there in Europe. San Jose is there right now. They were playing a preseason game, and we've also got that going on as well. And we'll go step on the WHL here. There was a fairly significant trade in the WHL involving the Regina Pats and the Seattle Thunderbirds. Sam Aremba traded to the Pats for a first-round pick in 2024, a second-round pick in 2023, and a third-round pick in 2025. Now, Aremba is from Regina, so he returns to his hometown team, and John Paddock, general manager of the Pats, says, "We're pleased to welcome Sam Ho to Regina and to the Regina Pats organization. He is a top player from his age group in Western Canada. We believe his future is bright, and so is ours with his addition." He's 17, 2 assists in 2 games this season. He had 14 points, 4 goals, and 10 assists in 56 games with the Thunderbirds last season, the 2022 Western Conference champions. And general manager for the Seattle Thunderbirds, Bill LaForge, says that we feel that this move was made possible by the solid depth that we have in our younger age group. We wish Sam all the best going forward. So that's a pretty significant trade going on Regina and Seattle as a WHL season is starting and moving right along here. You can catch up all that coverage on WHL and Area 51. There is a game tonight in Saskatoon. The Hurricanes are taking on the Blades. 4 games tomorrow, including Regina, the Connor Bedard, Sam Aremba, and the Regina Pats in Edmonton to take on the Oil Kings as well there tomorrow. So that will cover the news for today. Of course, you can follow us all individually on Twitter. Tyler, TNOBLE, Sean Beardy, Canuck 03, Devin Gordhow 09, Christian Schneid's, SCHNEIDZ. I am KEVOLE, Shifts and Bucks, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. We thank you for watching and listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.